Hey there guys, welcome back to another Monster Super League video. It's your boy Odin, and today I'm bringing you guys another Astromon review, and we're going to be talking about the Merlins. The Merlins are quite powerful and they're very usable in many different modes in pretty much all stages. And so with that in mind, we're going to go ahead and get started with the Fire one. The Fire one is an attacker type. He has 28,000 HP, 3,400 attack, almost 2,600 defense, and almost 2,400 recovery. All in all, he has pretty solid stats for a Firemon. Will I get him to Evo 3 first? Probably not. His main use is mainly to farm, but there are other better farming mons that you can get to Evo 3 instead of him. And also his attacking animation is actually quite slow, so he won't pair very well with other Astromons, especially Fire Mons. I would say probably your best farming mon is going to be Draka, so therefore he's going to fall kind of on the latter stage of mons that you will get to Evo 3. His 3-star skill is Morale Boost, grants a 100% chance to restore 50% of own SP when attacking, and so that allows him basically to get his SP bar full within 2 turns, and that works pretty well with the 5-star skill, which is Hunter, increases critical hit damage by 50%. And all in all, those two combinations of skills are really good for farming. His leader skill is Discernment, which decreases enemies' resistance by 20 to 25% in the Astromon League. It's an okay leader skill. I haven't seen too many of him being used. You kind of have a little bit more of an advantage right now in Arena and in the Challengers Arena using an HP lead or something with resistance down. But I haven't seen too many people using him on a leader skill other than the Dark Merlin. So you're not going to be using specifically the Fire one in Arena or in Challengers Arena. And so therefore he's kind of going to fall back on your list of mons to get to Evo 3. But he is pretty decent. I have used mine at Evo 2, and I did get my Wood one to Evo 3. That's why I kind of just used him as fodder. But that's pretty much for the Fire one. The way that I would build him is probably going to be on a Ruin set with attack crit rate or attack crit damage crit rate, just because you want to make sure that you're hitting pretty hard with him. But again, his attack animation is pretty slow, so unless you find other mons that have a slower attack animation like him, they're not going to work too well. A monster that works okay with him is actually the Fire Verde, or Verde, whatever you want to call her, or Druidess. But that they kind of worked only okay, I would say, in story mode, just because Verde is not a farming mon. But monsters like her with that slow attack animation will generally work well with him. You can pair him with, let's say, a second one of him, so you could use essentially 3 or 4 Fire Merlins at Evo 3 to farm, but again, the attack animation is so slow that most of your runs are going to be running over a minute, so you're not going to be building him anytime soon. So moving on to the Water one, and I do have a Water one as well. The Water one is an attacker type again with 31,500 HP, 3,500 attack, 2,200 defense, and 2,300 recovery. He has better stats than the Firemon, and he's actually pretty good. He was my second monster that I pulled from the Heroes Fest back when I first started playing the game, and he's pretty good. His 3-star skill is Morale Boost, grants a 100% chance to restore 15% of allies' SP when attacking, and his 5-star skill is Elemental Edge. Where did I use him? I used him a lot in the Starstone dungeon when I first began, just because that 15% SP to allies is really good. And Elemental Edge works pretty well with pretty much any element, so he's pretty good. Another place that I used him was in Golems, but other than that, he's not going to have that many other uses. You can use him in Tower of Chaos, but I don't necessarily recommend him. I prefer using stunners and somebody else who can do a little bit more damage. So again, he's kind of going to fall back on your list of mons to get to Evo 3, and mainly him and the Fire one are going to be used to evolve your Wood one and your Dark one, or a Light one if you happen to pull one and get lucky. But all in all, he is also can be considered another farming mon and dungeon mon. but you won't really see him being used anywhere else. But if you manage to pull one, he can help you out a lot, especially if you're a beginner. And he's a pretty good mon to have. The way that I would build him is again attack crit rate or attack crit damage crit rate on a Ruin or Valor set. In general, I find that the Valor set on attack crit rate actually does a little bit more damage than the attack crit damage crit rate. So build them as you want to, but just take my advice with a grain of salt. I prefer most of my mons, at least the ones that are doing quick damage with a Valor set with attack crit rate. Just because it's hard to find gems with Ruin set that have a high crit rate. So it's hard to kind of build them to have that much damage. But so the attack kind of balances out the lack of the 100% crit rate. So that's it for the water one. And we're moving on to the wood one, which is quite arguably one of the best Titans mons, if not, maybe in the second or third as far as like your Titans mons tier list as far as damage output goes. He is really good. So the wood one is a balance type, which allows you to kind of build him any way you want. His max HP is 31,000, or excuse me, his HP is 31,000, attack is 3,000, defense is 2,800, and recovery is 2,500. I really wish that he was an attacker type instead of a balanced mon, but he is pretty good, and he does fit well in the Titans teams. He's probably the best wood Titan mon, and yeah, definitely you're going to be prioritizing him to get to Evo 3 just because you can use him in Titans, and pretty much everybody needs good Titans mons. He is really hard to pull. I have seen a lot of people have quite a bit of trouble pulling him. I have managed to pull 2 of him, and I'm going to show you guys mine here. And I apologize for the lag, that's just Nox. I have no idea how, but I managed to pull a wood one on my second Heroes Fest, and here he is at Evo 3. And I put mine on a Ruin set with some basically HP attack and defense, and he's pretty good. So, considering 70% chance to crit, 35% chance to resist, I really want that resist to go higher, so I'll probably work on his gems here soon. And here is my wood one, or my second wood one, and he has a 100% chance crit rate, so he actually does comparable damage to the Evo 3 one, just because the Evo 3 one is missing a little bit of the crit rate. But all in all, this Evo 2 and the Evo 3 are really great, and they're going to do a lot of damage in Titans. So the way that I would build the wood one is going to be HP attack crit rate or HP attack with high crit rate subs. You kind of want to balance him out a little bit more towards the defensive side, just because you want him to live. And I would generally use either a Ruin, Valor, or a Leech set. Leech set kind of allows you to recover some health as you go. If you manage to pull, let's say, a HP attack Leech set with really high crit rate subs, that's actually really good. You could essentially get a lot of use out of him, especially into the Titan levels 100 and above, because he'll be healing himself and doing quite a bit of damage, especially if he crits. But if you're at the lower level and you're just trying to do some serious high damage, you want to build him an HP attack crit rate or attack crit rate on a Ruin set or Valor set. Especially if you're going to use him in Colossus. He is really good in Colossus. I do use both of mine in Colossus and on the Water Titan, or on the Water Colossus, and he's really good. So a lot of damage from him. As far as the way that I have built mine, my Evo 3 one is actually hitting for around 400,000 every round, and that's really good for a mon. So his, pretty much 3-star and 5-star skill Courageous Strikes are really good combination for Titans. And that's it pretty much for the wood one. Let's moving on to the light one. The light one, I believe, was a I want to call it a pay to win mon a couple of months ago, where if you spent, I think it was something ridiculous like $600, you could basically get a light Merlin. I never recommend spending that much money on a game. It's just a little bit insane. Mainly, I'm a free-to-play player, and I do okay. So you guys can do it too. I have a pretty decent amount of mons. I may not have the best, and be like everybody at Evo 3, but over time you do kind of get quite a few of them, enough to get a few of them to Evo 3. The light one is a balance type with 3200 HP, or 32,000 HP, 3,000 attack, 2,900 defense, and 1,900 recovery. I wish he had a little bit more attack, but he is mainly an arena mon, or a challenger's arena mon. His 3-star skill is shock, 70% chance to shock the target for 2 turns, and his 5-star skill is elemental edge, which means that he's effective against all enemies and all types. Again, combined with the leader skill, he can be pretty good, but I haven't seen too many people using him in arena lately. Again, the HP leader skill is probably better. And let's see, that's pretty much it for the light one. He's mainly a trophy mon. I wouldn't necessarily get him to Evo 3 first, and so therefore, kind of build as you go, and use him if you really want to use him. If you have one, I'd like to know where you use him. If you do use him, just because I don't see many uses for him other than the arena and CVC or Challengers Arena, but he is a really good mon. I'd definitely love to pull one, but I'm not gonna cry about it if I don't. And moving on to the dark one, and the dark one is a tank type with 42,000 or 40,000 HP, 2,400 attack, 2,800 defense, and 2,000 recovery. The dark one is a fusion mon, and I'm actually really close to getting mine. I'm only missing a few Colts. I believe I'm only missing 4 Colts now to get basically move up the fusion ladder. And he's really, really good for arena and CVC and Challengers Arena as well. His 3-star skill is SP Siphon, attack siphon 30% of the enemy's SP, and 5-star skill is stun, 80% chance for 1 turn, and that 80% chance actually is really high, and it happens quite often where I'm basically 2-shotted by the defensive teams. As soon as I hit like challengers or masters tier, I just get destroyed by the dark Merlins. And so he's a really good mon. You definitely want to prioritize him as your #1 build if you're going for arena, or the wood one if you're going for titans. The dark one is essentially probably the best of them all for arena, and the wood one again is the best one of them all for the titans. And that's pretty much it for the dark one. Again, he's kind of a trophy mon. If you want to build a dark team or a good arena team, you kind of have to build him, but he is expensive to get through the fusions. I think it costs somewhere around 12 million gold to get him, if you considering you have all the mons that you need to basically fuse for him, and so it's difficult to get him, but it is doable within, I'd say, anywhere between 6 months to 7 months. A lot of players have him, and he's definitely worth it. If you happen to pull a variant gleam, or some type of gleam that you can feed to another Merlin and then get him to be a variant, he is really good in arena. Again, the leader skill discernment is really good, but I haven't really seen too many people using him lately as a leader. But he is really good. So the way that I would prioritize building the dark one, I would probably use him on a HP defense on a pugilist set, or HP attack defense on a pugilist set. Mainly you want to build him on a pugilist set because you want him to be able to basically stun every turn, and he's already doing really well with the SP Siphon on the 3-star skill, so definitely one of the better mons you want to have. As far as getting them all to Evo 3, the way that I would prioritize them is the dark one if you're going for arena, and the wood one if you're going for titans, followed by the light one if you manage to pull another one of him, just for again as a trophy mon. If not, you're also more than welcome to build the fire one next, and then the water one last. So it would be dark one, wood one, light one, fire one, and then the water one. And that's it for the Merlins, guys. Let me know which one's your favorite, where you guys use him. Do you have one of him? Have you pulled the wood one? I know a lot of people really, really want a wood one, and they spend months trying to get one of him. And unfortunately, the rates are just so low for the Heroes Fest mons. And I really wish they would buff them up. You know, a 5% chance to get a Nat 5 would be much better than a 0.73% chance, just because, you know, it's just the odds of getting him are just so low. And I get that, you know, 433 is kind of like a cash game where you just want to throw as much money as you can at it and hope that you get what you want. But, you know, they really do need to step up some of their summoning events, and hopefully they continue to make some positive changes. I'll probably make another video discussing some of the changes that are coming up, especially for a lot of the Astromons. As you guys have seen in the news, and for the patch for tomorrow, October 24th, they are going to be rebalancing all of the mons, and the wood Merlins, or the Merlins, are actually setting back to 100% chance in the skill. They haven't really announced them yet on the first wave, but I'm sure they will here in the next couple of days. And so that's it from me, guys. Let me know which Merlin is your favorite, and if you happen to have a wood one or a dark one. And let me know, how you guys prioritized your build. If you guys have any requests for me to review any other mons, let me know in the comments section down below. Or if you guys need some help with guides, whether it be Astro Gems or Arena or anything like that, or Titans compositions, feel free to message me up in the comment section down below. I do have a Discord. I'll post that in the comments. And let me know if you guys need anything else. I'll catch you guys on the next video.